forward, Guti, I'll let you go first since I kind of accidentally guessed yours.
Yeah, I'll just throw it out there right now. Let's go with that straight away. How do you feel about that? I mean, if you were to organize a tournament coming up, and they asked you to organize it for FIFA, any confederation, are you putting PKs in there right away after a tie, or are you going with the traditional 15-minute, 2-time, overtime, and all these things? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think I'm going straight to PKs for round 16, quarterfinals, semifinals. I think in the finals you can do. I don't mind going extra time, but these schedules are already kind of wonky and they're not fair to begin with. You know what I mean? You have one team playing Tuesday, one team playing Wednesday. You have one team, all these different things. If you just go straight to PKs after one, it makes those 90 minutes a lot more intense. And I think the quality is going to be even better. I think we've seen in the Euros these extra times, these teams these guys are struggling. You know what I mean? We already talked about the seasons they've had in the amount of games they've played during the season, and then to keep adding these extra 30 minutes, it takes a lot out of them. And I think the quality kind of goes down a little bit. I think you'll see. I think the quality is better has been better in the last stages in the last 15 minutes in the Copa America than it has been in the extra times of the Euros. So for me, I like the idea of the pressure. And I think it's going to be like that in the Gold Cup too. I think I don't have it right in front of me, but I think after the 90 minutes in the knockout stage, it's going to go straight to PKs. And I think one, it's good because it adds more value to the 90 minutes, and it's good for the players because they don't have to keep running for another 30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah, and then you get five subs. Now you get 5 subs, so like that's a lot already. I don't think you need the extra 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and you saw it in the World Cup with Croatia, who went to PKs with Denmark. They went to extra time, I believe, with England. They've had all these. And I think they had another game as well that went to extra time. They played a whole extra game before they even played the finals. You know what I mean? It's a lot, and especially because the games are such a short amount of time. You have this. You only have so many players on your roster. You don't want to make that many moves. So yeah, it's too much. I think I'm pro for that PK.
All right.
How about you?
Play. Yeah. I'm all play for, man. All PK. Let's go straight to PKs. The final, I guess you could kind of make it longer.
Yeah.
Because you do get another sub in the finals in a overtime as well. So you get 6 subs total. But PKs is cool. Because sometimes, like you said, and I know they're trying to defend the higher seeded team, like, oh well, you don't want to lose on a fluke. It's like, well, it's not a fluke. You didn't beat them in 90 minutes, so it's not a fluke. You know what I mean? If you lost in PKs, you didn't beat them in 90 minutes before that, so it's not a fluke. PKs are a toss up, but don't get there. Then if you want to win, you better win it before that.
Absolutely. All right, so my 50-50 goalkeeper celebrations. Where you at with that, Martin? I think it's been the summer of the goalkeepers. A lot of PKs have been saved. I think yesterday for Argentina, Martinez, empty stadium, so you could hear all the trash he was talking, and then a beautiful celebration for me with the hip thrust. Where are you with goalkeeping celebrations?
It reminds me of that Key and Peele, one too many hip thrusts for me. But no, I'm gonna go to VAR. I was a keeper too for a long time. I'm all about celebrating that stuff. I thought the hip thrust was like 1-2 steps a little above the across the line, but hey, you block a PK, you block a PK. I mean, they're not easy to do, and he blocked 3 in a row in the same spot. So hey, man, goalie celebrations, why not? Players celebrate all the time, so why not? Just no hip thrust. One too many hip thrusts for me.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I'm for goalkeeping celebrations, especially in a shootout. It's so interesting because someone said, I read a thread, it's like, yo, why are more keepers just talking before the PK to try to get the shooter off?
I've always done that. We always done that.
He's like, because you look foolish if it goes in, but the shooter already has all this advantage to begin with anyways, right? Everything is set for the shooters now, especially with the cameras now checking to make sure
the camera on the line. Yeah, no. You're a keeper. You're against it. You got to talk to them. You got to go move the ball around, walk back slowly, drink water, take your shin guards off, whatever. You have to do it because the shooter only has to kick the ball. You know what I mean? You have to guess all kinds of things. So no, I'm all for the goalie celebrations. Just take it easy on the hip thrust, man.
All right.
Okay, I have another one for you, and then we're getting close. And a couple here, but I just wanted to go with this one right here. I mean, how do you feel about that? Like, the U.S. taking this alternative team, and it's not the first time they do it. They've done it many times where it's almost like they don't care if they go to a final and lose 5-0 to Mexico. They've done it before. How do you feel about that? What about U.S. taking that kind of decision?
I think well, I don't like it. I mean, I guess if I'm the U.S., if I want to put myself in the perspective
Yeah,
of Greg Bellhalter, he no, I think he saw what he wanted for enough amount of time. He got the win, which is important for him because I think there is pressure on him. Is he qualified? Is he good enough to be the coach of this team that has players playing for a lot of teams in Europe? Is he the right fit? So I think for him, this buys him time. You know what I mean? Because if they were to lose and not win the Gold Cup with this team, then the questions come back to him, right? And it's all going to be on him because they're not going to change the core group of those players. They're going to change the coach and say, "Well, we have all of this. Why isn't he getting the results with everything we have?" So now he's bought himself some time. He got a win in the tournament already earlier this year. So for him, it makes sense. For them, I guess they're saying, you know what, we know what we have. Let's just get ready for in a couple. Maybe we can get one or two more players here, but then I think they're set on their focus is making the World Cup and especially redeeming themselves from 4 years now.
but they're gonna make the World Cup because the new qualification, the way it is, first of all, they got to go to the second round just by their ranking in the world. So they didn't have to do that first round that we talk about, that little 3-game, whatever round robin, home and away with 3 teams or 4 teams. So like they're already going to qualify. I mean, it had to be a really weird situation for U.S. not to qualify, which obviously that happened before. But like, could you see a Mexico, hosting? See, think about hosting the Gold Cup and then taking an alternative team just because and sending all of the guys a vacation. I mean, could you see that? Even if they had won the Nations League?
No, I think Mexico would have taken more. All the quantity, no, but the fact that Corona's here, Chuki's here, and Herrera's here. I don't think Mexico, maybe 1 or 2 of them, but I don't think they would do that. But for US, I guess that's what they think is the most important. And I think again for Greg, I don't think his leash is very long. Their first game is in El Salvador. Their third game is going to be in Honduras, and they're going to have a game in World Cup qualifying. And they're in between there. They're going to play a good Canada team at home. So if they don't start off well there, they're in trouble. You know what I mean? And we talked a little bit about how it is to go play in these places like El Salvador and Honduras. Places where they're going to play probably the game in the middle of the day. The grass is going to be a little longer, and you're going to have these guys, and we'll talk about it around these times because it's such a fascinating, mental idea. These guys are not used to playing in atmospheres like that. And
no.
I tweeted this the other day. I think the rivalry or the disdain some of these people think happens in international soccer in Europe, it's much more real in like South America, the real like rivalry disdain. I think it's real like in Central America, this real like disdain these have to these other teams. Mm-hmm. And I don't think these guys, might not be, it's going to be a learning experience for them to go to El Salvador, to San Pedro Sula, and in Honduras and play these games in these conditions they're not used to. And if they get 3 points out of those first games, pressure's really on for them. And so he can't have this more pressure for them here.
Okay. I can kind of see that. I also do think just because they won the Nations League, it's kind of like, well, hey, come on, it's fine. He won something. But if he loses that, like he could have lost that, I don't think they do that. I don't think they send a B team to this. Anyways.
Yeah, I think, they're trying to just make up for the fact that they did not make the last World Cup.
Yeah, I agree.
The pressure's now all going to be on the coach because they're going to say we have all this talent. If something's going to be wrong, it's going to be the coach. So
wait till they start playing in Europe and they're playing full, every weekend and stuff, and they got the local tournaments, and now they got to fly into Honduras. It's not going to be easy for sure.
No, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, and we'll get there when in September when these qualifiers come up because it's something different for them. So yeah, definitely there. My last 50-50, it's actually not soccer related.
There you go.
Family. Which my 50-50 is family.
I haven't watched Fast and the Furious yet.
Are you pro Fast and the Furious? What's
I,
your
I
thoughts
am
on this?
the fact that I already know what you were talking about obviously means
That's
I'm
right.
pro Fast and the Furious. Man, one of those movies that just kind of marked an era, man. I mean, the first one came out of nowhere, and everyone just started buying Hondas and all kinds of stuff, trying to soup them up. And I remember I think I was middle school when that came out. So yeah, it was like eighth grade or something. And then the next two, like Too Fast, Too Furious was, I thought that was the best one. That's my favorite one. That's one of my favorite ones. That one in Fast Five. But then because 3 and 4, I just don't even remember them coming out. I don't remember watching them really. I watched them later on, but I didn't watch them like when they came out. And then like I think they just started realizing shoot, people are watching these things, and they just started adding more people. I liked 5 a lot just because it was in Brazil. Because they like started bringing all kinds of people. They started just bringing everyone back, Ludacris and everybody. So I don't know. I enjoyed the last 3, and I'll definitely be watching it. So I'll do it.
I
Whatever.
feel you. I'm also pro family. I mean, yeah, watch. It's so hilarious to see how the first one is when they're just stealing DVDs.
Right, they're stealing DVDs and driving the Civics under the trailers. Like, how do you
Yeah.
the semis? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Fast 2's grown on me over time. I didn't like it at first, but it's grown on me over time. But I also love Fast 5. Fast 5 is great because it just kind of that's when it just starts teetering into where it is now. Like,
Yeah, it's like they had a bigger budget, Like in Fast Five, they had more money and they started making it.
yeah, that's
Better.
when they really started pumping in the steroids of like what they can do, and I'm all for it. Like, sometimes you just want to watch a movie where it's the ridiculous, where they're completely aware of the ridiculousness of it,
Yeah.
and just gonna see how far they push. And they all seem like they have fun doing it, whether it's that Charlize Theron coming in, Helen Mirren coming in,
Right.
or not Russell Crowe. What's his name?
Jason Tatum.
No. I mean Jason Tatum coming in. But yeah, whoever it is, they're all coming in having a good time. And so yeah, I mean, I'm all for Fast and Furious for it.
Let's do it.
I find it funny when people get upset that they're like, oh, it's not like it's not like the old ones. It's like, man, they're movies. Like, relax.
No, it's just a way to think about it. The Rock is in it. It's like these different things. Like, how did they get all these characters in there? All these actors in there. So to me, it was like something they just kept kind of doing it, see what happened. And then 5, they started bringing everyone back, and they realized we could just add one more person to each one, and it's a wrap. And so, I mean, I heard John Cena's in this one or whatever. I mean, they're running out of like superheroes here, but it's good. It's cool. I'm all for it. I'll check it out.
This is a pro Vin Diesel podcast.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. The Pacifier and all kinds of movies. Yeah.
Yes. So Vin, if you're hearing this, come on board.
Yeah, come
anytime.
Help us out.
Yeah. All right. So that's gonna do it on us. Guti, any last words?
Yeah. No, man, that's it. I hope everyone had a great 4th of July. I know you weren't enjoying the fireworks, but I didn't get to see any at all and I'm not really into them anyways. But in Seattle, they're like banned or whatever, so there was no fireworks at all. So I know you had a nice tweet. You said fireworks should only be at stadiums, right, when your team wins. So yeah, hopefully we'll see some fireworks for in Copa America. Argentina, Messi finally lifts something for them, and should be cool.
That's right. All right, cool. Yeah. So I hope everybody had a happy 4th of July. Enjoy the rest of your vacation, Guti. Everybody be happy, be healthy, hug somebody you love. And yeah, this has been Football Theory. We'll catch you guys later. Thank you.
Let's go.